16% of South Africa's population has suffered from mental health. This is about 17 million people with mental health that are affected and do not have any support with their individual problems that they're going through right now. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It is also how we handle stress, relate to others, and the way we make choices in life. Global statistics show that 1 out of 4 people are affected by mental illnesses, 1 out of 30 people experience PTSD, and that suicide is the third leading cause of death. Usually, when people have mental health illnesses or have thoughts of suicide, we provide help or recommend them to mental health centers. But in developing countries such as Kenya, Uganda, and Ukraine, they don't have any mental support or mental health centers at all. People with mental health in developing countries do not have the same life as people with mental health in America, and in fact, they don't have a life to live. People with mental illnesses are chained up and left there and are often living in shadows away from the public eye. Places in like Ukraine, Kenya, and Uganda don't have any type of support system for people with mental health. They are often sat in places alone or with each other and not looked after. According to the National Institute of Mental Illness, approximately 26% of adult Americans are affected by some type of mental illness each year. This includes anxiety, bipolarity, depression, and eating disorders as well. Mental health isn't always thought of as a global disease, but now it's time to really stop and think about what's really going on in the world and realize that it needs to be a change.
Hi, I'm Lucretia Payne Owens, and I'm a school social worker. I think what we need to do as a society globally is change our perspective of mental health and emotional health, because a lot of us are walking around with mental health and emotional diagnosis, but we're just not diagnosed, so we haven't had something traumatic enough happen in our lives to kind of have a breakdown where we would need to seek out attention. Do I think mental health organizations are necessary? Absolutely. Because you have doctors who specialize in cancer or sickle cell or diabetes. Mental health is the same way. And I think as a society, we need to acknowledge that and make sure that we treat it just as high of a priority as we do physical and like just like physical illness, medical illness. That's what I'm looking for.
Schools have support groups and programs that you could go to and get help with your mental health and still get schooling. But while people in America get help and have their life and education, the National Resource Program is looking to help developing countries because the programs that they have now do not have any regard for people's well-being nor their human rights. But now, it's time for change. Outer Shadows Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization, is looking to help places in Africa fix the problem of global depression and mental health. But for people that are like me, our call to action is to support someone that needs it the most. Don't just neglect someone, because sometimes they're screaming for help on the inside, but on the outside, they just don't know how to ask. While helping someone, post a picture and use the hashtag #ArmyWith, which is a hashtag to show that you are helping and creating a support system for someone and possibly saving a life in the future. Made by Viar. Thank you.